Alright, we're back with more of Avadon 3 the Warborn. We have explored quite a bit of the corruption already, but here we are back at Monitor Base C, or what remains of it. So, pretty confident. Yep, that's definitely Miranda, or her shade at least. So, let's go ahead and continue. Oh, she still mostly looks the same apart from her being gray. There is another shade of the corruption waiting for you by this gate. Most of the shades are almost featureless, any individuality worn away by this harsh land. This woman's features, however, are still clear even in death. The shade inspects you. She says, "You, Raylin, I have seen you in my reaching. You are not on my side. You have come to this place to destroy. You are expected. Are you Heart Miranda?" The shade nods. "Please, so you know who I am Miranda. You came for me, always hunting me, even after my death. Former Heart, most hated traitor. The thought killed in the corruption, but obviously not gone forever. Am Miranda, trapped here, but not out of the great game. Not yet." I think it's no point of telling her what she already knows, so. "Why are you here?" "I died here, once at the peak of power. I was laid low in the core of the corruption." Miranda's insubstantial form rises slightly into the air. "And you know who I am. That is helpful, saves time, and time is short." I want to know what you're trying to do." "I won't say. Yet. You're stuck here now. We have little time, but enough to talk. You were a Heart of Avadon." "I was. I fought loyally. I served the pack. I believed in the glory of Redbeard. For a time. Then I came here. I tried to harness the power of this place. To destroy Avadon. I was killed. But you still exist." Miranda's insubstantial form rises slightly into the air. Her soft voice comes to you from the beyond. "This place, it caught me. Caught my spirit. Found me an indigestible, angry lump in a mountain of dead souls worn smooth as pebbles. I will be digested. The corruption is immortal, and I am small. But first." She grows confused. Her will only weakens for a moment, but the effect is dramatic. You hear an angry rumble. The ground shakes under your feet. Her form fades as the corruption tries to digest her. It fails. She struggles mightily to get back to her original individual form. "I am so angry, and time is short. Why are you here, living human?" "I'm trying to make peace with the rebels of the Wild Realm." Miranda's voice grows even more bitter. "Oh, yes. That war. That stupid war. I tried to prevent it. Tried to get Redbeard to soften his stance. That was when I had hoped that I could make things better, before I gave up for good. Now I am here. Only a few tasks remain. It is good you are here. Why do you still exist?" "I have lovely surprises waiting for us. You will know why I go through this agony soon enough. Why is the corruption expanding? Because I am reaching. The raw, dumb stuff of the corruption senses I have a need. It reaches for what I want without my directing it. I will have my wish. Soon. Very soon. What do you want from me?" Miranda nods. "Follow." She turns and drifts into the rear gate of the monitor base. You get a good look at the inside of Monitor Base C, enough to make you want to flee immediately. The corruption is a land of chaos, and no order can be allowed to survive here. This base was burrowed out under a mountain, and it started to crumble pretty much the moment it was completed. There have been 4 monitor bases placed here to watch and study the corruption. They all failed and were abandoned. The walls are flaking away, and the ceiling and floor are full of rapidly widening cracks. You suspect that a few years from now, none of this place will have survived. Miranda's shade is waiting for you in this old guard post. The walls are cracked and crumbling, but the roof hasn't caved in. Yet. The shade looks to the north. We're almost there. It's all prepared. It's ready. Come, I'm going to tell you a story. A story? You are young. You still have hope, ideals. You think Avadon is a weapon, and you can use it to make the world better. I was like you when I lived. I'm going to tell you a story so that you can learn from my mistakes. You will turn against Redbeard eventually. I can help you do it before it is too late for you. I will never turn against Avadon. Avadon is corrupt. Always has been, always will be. But under Redbeard, it has been worse. Far worse. It has led to disaster. Come, hear my story. You might as well. We still have a little time to pass. Pass time? What do you mean? The living are so impatient. Enjoy the tension. I have been reaching out. The surprise is coming. You will know soon. Come. Story time. She vanishes. Rudal shudders. He does not look well. Farther, he grunts, farther from nature. From our world. It's not Miranda. It's this place. It is pure sickness. Come on, let's get this over with. This used to be a workshop for the monitor base. Miranda's power has transformed it. You can smell fresh air. It's no longer searingly hot. There is a small, elegantly furnished living room in the middle of the hall. You join Miranda as she stares at it. She is still insubstantial, but she seems to be growing slowly more solid. I made this, she says. I willed it, and the corruption couldn't resist me. This is where my story, my real story, began. Now you have to listen to it. We still have a little time. Vague figures start to form in the living room. The shades in the center of the hall have formed. They are people. 2 sit on the couches. 2 more watch. One of the sitting people looks like a young Miranda. The other sitting figure is Redbeard. He looks exactly the same. The standing couple are an older married couple. The family resemblance to Miranda is clear. The figures glow and they have a strange, waxy look. Nobody could confuse them for real people. When you concentrate, you can see superimposed over them the faint forms of corruption and horrors. Miranda says, listen, it begins. The Redbeard thing starts to talk. His voice sounds like Redbeard, but not quite. It's more like Miranda's distant memory of how he sounded. He says, this is a true honor I offer you. The work is hard. It is costly. It will also make the pact a better, safer place. You will hold off the Farlanders, so they can never enter our lands and do what they do. The Miranda thing replies, I am honored, but the cost. Her voice is flat and strange. Redbeard says, the cost is great. You will never again be a part of normal humanity. That is the cost of honor and power. Miranda looks up at the older parent things. I don't know what to do. Their lips twist in something like a smile. The mother thing says, of course you know. When have you ever not known what you want to do? The father thing is, we are outsiders here. The Darramites will never fully take us in. To truly achieve anything, you will have to leave us. Miranda looks back at Redbeard. There was a long pause. I accept. I wish to become an Eye of Avadon. Redbeard nods. It is a brave and wise choice. Gather your things. We leave within the hour. Miranda's mother says, so soon? But we? And then the puppets disappear. 4 horrors appear in their place. Somehow the people were magical illusions shaped around mindless monsters. Happily, the horrors stare straight ahead. They aren't active or aware of you. You look back at Miranda's ghost. She is becoming slightly more substantial, regaining the appearance she had in life. She is wearing the long, flowing robes of a mage. She died when she was in her 50s, about 30 years older than the young woman in the vision. She says, that was the beginning. We were Hochlandans in Darram. We did not feel welcome. I went where I needed to make my mark. How do I know any of that is true? You can't sense it? Doesn't it feel true? If you don't believe me, ask Redbeard. He will testify that every word of it happened. Why are you showing me this? Killing doesn't work. I tried it. I failed. If I am to undo the damage Redbeard has done, I must win hearts. That is the reason. The scene was to teach you your first lesson. What is the first lesson? Nobody is born a traitor. When I joined Avadon, I wanted with all my heart to be a good, brave servant of the Pact. I admired Redbeard so much then. He was a figure of legend, a god. Miranda continues, you have to forgive yourself for being young. Another small lesson. Let's continue the next chapter, all prepared. What happened next? Yes, there is more to go. Before I can finally rest, I must finish my tale. Onward. Okay, I do want to kind of explore the monitor base before we continue. These halls were barracks once. Miranda's will has brought a nice, grassy grove into being in the middle of the hall. It is very strange. Her ghost stands next to it. In the grove, more human things appear. A slightly older Miranda stands with two hands. They are facing a band of Sergaldi raiders. Miranda's ghost says, I was an eye. I gathered information. I was strong, so I was sent to meet with sources of information. Sometimes they meant us ill. I dealt with them. This is a happy scene. These were the good times, the glory times. Let's enjoy. The Miranda thing is holding a drink, given to her by the raiders. She sets it aside, untouched. The last message you sent us was wrong. Our hands met a full raiding party, not a few scouts. The raiders' expressions twist strangely. They were meant to show fear, but Miranda's control of her puppets is poor. We did not know. We don't know everything. Miranda responds, you can atone. I need to know where... Her voice grows indistinct and garbled. Then you will help me to... Her voice fades again. The Sergaldi things say something, but it's incoherent babbling. Their forms look soft and melty. Something is going wrong. Miranda says, something is wrong. These were the happy times. I was sent to hunt those sea raiders. I found them. Got as much from them as I could. The other eyes trusted them too much. Hands lost their lives. I was given two hands, hungry for vengeance. Sent to punish. She is silent. Something is wrong. What would you do? What crime did they commit? They were Sergaldi raiders, attacked the Daram towns, murderers, pillagers. The question was how to use them before they died. Who sent you to hunt them? I sent myself. Redbeard gave me great freedom. I used it well. My judgment was good. That was how I became a heart. This, what you see, was all my plan. I'd probably kill them. Miranda struggles to speak. Her voice fades in and out. Yes, I know it is your way. You hunt our found enemies, burn them down. She starts to fade away. Her puppets are oozing away, their forms breaking down. What's going on? The corruption, always trying to break me down. Must reform, need moment. Sorry, clean up, mess. She vanishes. The human things vanish. All that is left are a bunch of horrors. They were the actors in her play, and the human forms were the costumes they wore. Miranda isn't here to hold them in check anymore. They sense you, then they attack. Alright, which, Alright, let's do one of these. Dang, he is so... Rudao is so dang squishy right now. Okay, can we at least grab these coins? Yes, we can. The Burgality emblem. I think we should just keep that on, maybe? I don't know. Now, let's just keep that on. Let's, put this on her. I like having the strength bonuses most of all right now. Let's actually give a wand to him, and also let's, since he's taking a lot of damage right now, let's just give both of these to him. I don't know where Miranda could possibly be, but all right, is she gonna be up here? Okay, no, this is blocked off, so yeah, we can't do that. You try to talk to Miranda. She doesn't respond. She only stares at the tableau before her. Her form is instinct and it's hard to tell, but she seems to be very sad. You find Miranda again. Her ghost has reformed and she is staring at a new tableau. She says, without turning her head, "The corruption keeps breaking me apart. I keep reforming. It's happened 1,000 times. I will not surrender until my grasp has reached..." She pauses, then she points at the patch of grass before her. Her younger self is there, a few years older than before. A handsome blade master stands next to her. His blade is drawn and her staff is out. They are looking at a small caravan. There are 3 old, unarmed Daramites standing by wagons heavy with their belongings. They were fleeing something, but Miranda caught them. Miranda's ghost says, "This is a pivotal scene, both for who I am with and what is about to happen." Who are the Daramites? Victims, nothing more. So what happens now? Another mission like so many others. You know what our lives are like. That blade master there. He cuts quite a figure, don't you think? This was my 3rd mission with him. I had already decided he would be my husband. You had a husband? I did, and children, though I promised nobody will ever hunt them down. Redbeard tried, you know. What was your husband's name? I can't remember. It is hard to hold on to thoughts, memories. The corruption eats them away. It is how it will absorb me eventually, unless I grasp my prey. What is going on here? A simple mission. Redbeard sent us to find 3 Daramite spies. Traitors. Deal justice to them, quietly. Follow orders. Hush. Watch. Selena looks at the doomed Aramites, her own people, and shakes her head. Yes, orders. Following orders. I think I know how this will end. The Miranda thing steps forward as the Blade Master watches. She says to the Daramites, "You took too long. You moved too slowly. We would have caught you eventually, but you made it easy for us." The Blade Master looks around, watching for an ambush. Nobody else is there. The Miranda thing continues. Her ghost whispers words along with it. It is time for you to accept justice. The Doramites are dressed like wealthy people, politicians, or merchants. They are utterly terrified, almost incoherent. Their voices are clear and real. Miranda's memories of this event are strong. The woman says, "I don't know what you heard, what they told you. We are innocent, loyal, we swear it." The eye and the hand are silent. They only step forward. A Doramite man says, "Is this about bribes? You want a bribe? We are honest folk, but we know how things work." Miranda shows no doubt. She raises her staff. The Blade Master is worried. "Miranda, maybe we should take them. The dungeons could..." She shakes her head. The Doramites drop to their knees, unable to believe what is happening. Miranda points her staff. The scene pauses. The actors freeze. Miranda's ghost stares at them. Finally, she says, I was so sure." Then she is silent for a long time. It gets really awkward. "What did you do?" "I burned them down. Well, 2 of them. My husband chased down the one that fled. We carried out our orders, intercept 3 spies, killed them." "What were their defenses?" Miranda's ghost shakes as if she is laughing, but no sound emerges. "Defenses? They were minor officials. I doubt they ever touched a weapon more dangerous than a dinner fork." "Were they telling the truth?" "Yes, as it turns out, Redbeard lied to us about who they were, and he sent us to kill them." "Why?" "I demanded he tell me when I got back. It was a political dispute. The 3 were wealthy rivals of a Doramite official of some note. If we disposed of them, the official would get Avadon more gold from Hanvar's council. The official was true to his word. We killed the rivals, and Avadon was given more wealth and power in the following year. A few minor innocents were lost, and the protector of all our lands became stronger." "A good deal, don't you think?" "Avadon did what was good for the pact, even though it was hard." Miranda is agitated by your answer. "Must I always be alone? Does Avadon not have a single servant with the moral sense? Is there nothing we won't do in the name of safety?" "So, what happened next?" "We returned to Avadon. Redbeard told us the truth. I forced myself to accept it. My husband could not. We served together for years after that. We worked hard, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Every mission, we wondered what we were really doing. What innocents had to suffer for some greater cause. I could accept that, endure it. But my husband... Then the tragedy." "The tragedy?" "Meet me in the East Wing, the Wing of Sadness. I made it, and I couldn't bear it. I have been away from it. Until now. Come, find me. Oh, and since you are so cavalier about the deaths of innocents, here are a few more you can butcher." She vanishes. Oh, so if we were sympathetic, then she wouldn't have sent these ones to attack us. That's interesting. Fortunately, these aren't too bad or overwhelming. And these aren't even innocents we're killing anyway. These are just monsters she used as her puppets. This was a storage hall for the monitor base. Everything is covered with a thick layer of dust. There are no tracks, nothing has been disrupted for quite some time. Miranda hasn't created anything back here. The barrel on the side alcove flies to pieces. There was a turret hidden inside. It swivels towards you. Okay, so kill the haunted whore, and then the others will disappear just fine. Oh, we finally got a steel helm. Okay. Can she wear a helmet, or... Oh, we can't switch because we're in combat right now. Okay. Hedge Mage Bow. Oh, dagnabbit. Get me out of combat for a minute. I want to actually explore. So let's equip this on. Oh, she said east wing. I was like, where is she at now? Potion of health. Okay, now this section is open. Harp. The center of this hall contains another scene, summoned from nothingness by Miranda's will. It's the meeting hall. Miranda's ghost stands there, staring at it. None of the actors have appeared yet. When you get close, Miranda says, "This is hard. When I come here, I can still feel. I don't like it. Soon I will stop having to feel. I must be strong. This will be the last time. Focus." Everything around you shimmers. You feel dizzy. Moments later, the actors for the scene appear. They are bent and misshapen. Miranda's grasp on power is weakening. It's still clear what's happening, though. Redbeard stands before his throne. 2 guards are behind him. One of them is Miranda's husband. The Miranda Thing and 2 other mages stand before him. It looks like Miranda is delivering a report. You aren't sure. The Twisted Thing stand perfectly still. Rudolph says, "I don't know how many more of these abominations I could face. I would give anything to see one healthy, normal blade of grass." The figures start to move, but only for a moment. The Miranda Thing says something indistinct. The Redbeard Thing's head lolls on his shoulders in something like a nod. Then Miranda's husband, behind Redbeard, reaches into his cloak and grabs for his dagger. Miranda's ghost lets out a pained cry and turns away. The figures freeze, then they start to slowly ooze. You look at Miranda's ghost. She is faint and indistinct, and her back is turned to the failed assassination attempt. She says, in a soft, sad voice, "He didn't tell me what he was going to do." "What? Why didn't he tell you?" "To spare me. I was a heart then. He wanted me to stay safe. He knew how much the position meant to me." "If he told you, would you have helped him?" "No, I would have done everything I could to stop him, but I was still loyal then. Then I never would have helped. Redbeard knew it. That's why I wasn't punished." "Why did Redbeard keep you around?" "I never knew. Maybe he believed I was loyal, or he thought I could never hurt him, or he was just too busy to find a proper replacement. Oh, he kept me around, but I had to prove myself first. I underwent one final ordeal." "Why did your husband do it?" "He was worn down. After the Doramites, he never slept. He kept being sent out to kill. He never knew if it was just or not. The poor fool, he wanted to be a moral man." "What happened next?" "Then the final test. The final final chop ordeal. Test, test, test. Reaching. Almost here. Almost done. Must watch. Can't watch. One final time. Can't face. Must remember. Can't remember. No, 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 no. She's babbling. None of it makes any sense. The actor things have almost entirely melted away, and the horrors who control them are appearing in their place. Miranda? She looks at you. She looks terrified. Then she vanishes. The actors are gone and the horrors are here. The one who controlled the Redbeard thing is different. It is a tall, vicious, drooling infernal. It points at you and snarls. Miranda's control are gone. You are in the corruption now. Okay, the earthquake ability is good, but I'm not sure about the other spells. The last of the horrors has been destroyed. Miranda's husband has died once again, this time by your hand. The floor is covered with slime. It smells really bad. To the north, you hear the gate open. You sense that the story is almost told. Oh boy. I don't like the sound of that. It's been especially since we killed her husband again, it feels like. Now the ones we have I feel like are better. You know what, screw it, we'll put them on. Sage's tiara. Okay. That can go on Napoli. Again, you find Miranda standing by a grassy grove. The fresh smell is fake, you know, but it's still relief in this charnel house. It's not a peaceful scene, though. It's a place of execution. Miranda's husband stands, bound by a stone table. Soon he will lie on it. The executioner stands nearby, sword in hand. An empty bucket waits for the condemned's hand. Miranda thinks sits nearby watching, perfectly calm. There are other spectators. Oddly, they all look like Redbeard. Miranda's ghost says, in a slurred voice, I don't want to continue. We are running out of time. Why don't you want to continue? I can't bear it. My one love. Why do I have to watch it? I've seen it countless times in my mind. I sat and pretended. Just finish it. Yes. The pain is too great. Watch. See what it looks like when justice is murdered. The husband thing climbs onto the table without assistance. He hangs his head over the side, just over the bucket. Did you know that I was pretending to be calm? Did he think in the last moments I abandoned him? He suffered the proper fate of a traitor. The scene freezes again. Miranda's ghost laughs. She says, I won't let you gawk at the death of a great man. I won't let you gloat over my loss, loyal hand. Just once I will look away. It is here. The time is finally here. Now you can face your judgment. My judgment? I talked to you instead of killing you. I did it out of foolish hope. I thought you might reform Avadon somehow, give it the nobility I could only dream of. But no, you proved yourself to be cruel and corrupt. You won't live to see my triumph. You will just die. But then the scene returns to life. It isn't animated by Miranda, but something else. She turns back to it. What? No. The executioner raises his weapon. Horror and actor are superimposed upon each other for a moment. It's painful to watch. Miranda says, no, no, but she doesn't turn away. She never could. The executioner swings the blade. Both Miranda's ghost and horror are perfectly still. It's a clean blow. Miranda intones, it is done. I have control again. Now you get your punishment. He steps off to the side and grows faint, barely visible. The actors in her scene revert to their horror forms. Then they attack. Dang, they're calling a bunch of spirits right now. The horrors are dead. Miranda looks down at them and shakes her head. My attempt was too weak. It's always that way. It doesn't matter. It is time. Time at last. To the northeast, you hear a door fly open with a boom. You hear a voice roar. Miranda, you won't escape me this time. It sounded like Redbeard's voice. That can't be possible. Why would the Keeper do something as suicidal as enter the corruption? First, before we get into that, let's go ahead and put these on her, and then Redbeard walks around the corner and faces the scene of execution. To his credit, he immediately understands what he is seeing. Two guards run after him in a futile effort to keep him safe. He looks at Miranda's ghost, the final remnant of what was once his closest advisor. Miranda, what is this madness? This is pathetic. I came. I felt your call, infecting our lands, my dreams. I knew it was you. It will never end until I destroy you once and for all. Miranda's ghost walks slowly up to the Keeper. She says, this is the first time I've seen you since I left Avadon. You are old, Redbeard. I can see past the illusion. They are breaking you down at last. Then, strangely, Redbeard smiles. The two stare at each other. Then the mood breaks. Redbeard remembers who he's facing. No, I will not wallow in sentimentality. You helped create this age of chaos. So much loss, so much death, all because of you. Don't try to justify it. Justify it. You can't. As he speaks, he grows furious. Flecks of spit spray when he speaks. Miranda stares at him. Then she smiles. You know I beat you. At last. At last someone will beat you. Redbeard, this is a trap. Miranda looks briefly at you. He didn't realize you were there. He says, Raylin, we have nothing to fear from this ghost, this mere shade. Miranda smiles. Redbeard calms down a little. He says, you always saw everything, Miranda. You always saw the truth. Always said the truth. And then you left us. You killed so many friends, loyal warriors, blameless, lost. You dare think you are the victim? Miranda smiles. At last, Miranda speaks. You create so much fear. You are inside all of us, poisoning us. I reached for you. I called you here. You are in me. Now we will be in you. Redbeard doesn't notice, but her right hand has twisted into a claw. You leap forward and attack Miranda. Your blow passes right through her without effect. There's too little left of her to touch. Miranda raises her hand, then, with startling speed, she lunges forward. Miranda's ghost flies forward. Her insubstantial hand enters Redbeard's chest. Of course, some sort of magical defense flings her back. It's too late. Redbeard staggers backward, barely on his feet. His guards run forward to grab him. Miranda steps backward. It is done. The corruption is in you. It is... Her ghostly form starts to flicker. She is slowly breaking apart. Yes, the corruption is in us both, you and me. Redbeard's guards drag him away. They flee toward the exit to the north. Redbeard is gone. Miranda stands still. Cracks appear in her ghostly form. Bits of her are disappearing. It's happening, she says. The corruption is claiming me at last. I will be absorbed. Mindless, lost, at last. I am not afraid. She looks up at you. In the last moments, I have a question. Ask. Redbeard is touched, infected. I have freed you. Was I good? Now that you are free, was I just? Infected? You will see, he will never be the same. Answer me, was I just? You were a traitor. We are finally rid of you. No. Wrong. You forced me to judge myself. Only I truly understand what I have been through and what I have done. And I decide But she can't talk anymore. She has almost entirely faded. Good riddance. She doesn't hear. Her form falls into bits of translucent ghost stuff. They evaporate, the ground trembles, the fresh air fades. The corruption has claimed her. It's over. Miranda is finally gone forever. I wonder if we can complete that quest now. You find Redbeard outside the monitor base. He looks even worse than usual. He clasps his chest and his guards hold him upright. He looks at you. She is gone. Raylin, she is gone at last. I have orders for you. What are my orders? He gasped. Peace is the important thing. Rictor, go there, tell the rebels what you did, before Deleth can claim credit, and return to the Green Refuge. Hurry. He stumbles off to the south, helped up by his guards. You wonder why he is so alone. Then you wonder how many soldiers died getting him here quickly. Alright, can we also convince those people to leave now? Now we're at the rotting border. Since the corruption has been calmed. Okay, let's go through the other side. I have defeated the corruption. It will withdraw now. You tell Hackett what you did. The villagers are profoundly relieved. Then we will leave the circle very soon. We will go to our village and reclaim it. Thank you for what you have done, Han. We will always be grateful. We will get to work. Okay, so that's taken care of. Go back to correct core then. Okay, so unlike in the previous game, it wasn't even a big showdown with Miranda. It was just hearing her story and then fighting some monsters and then all this other stuff. So no big boss battle with her. She eventually did succumb to the corruption. It is done. The corruption has been pacified. It will withdraw. You tell the tale to the warriors around you. It is a strange moment. They didn't know that your news will mean execution for many of them. Yet the war will end and the Wild Realm has been saved. It is a bittersweet moment. There are many tears. Defender Emery sinks into his chair. He lived to fight, but his battles are done. I understand. Thank you for this news. You must keep up your end of the bargain. I will. I will send word to Hanvar's council today, along your prized free roads. I will meet with them. I will negotiate a surrender. I'm sure Redbeard will step in somehow. He always does. I will die, Raylan. I can only hope you will be true to your word. Spare my warriors, all but the worst of them. It is all I can ask. And what about Deles? As I said, I do not know where he is. I swear it. Most of his warriors have left. He never trusted me. He told us nothing about you. What will you do? I will wait for the pack to respond. I will meet them. I will talk. Then I must submit. You are being wise. I hope this is the beginning of a new peace. I do too. Thank you, Raylan. I only hope someday our children think we were wise. And then Emery is silent. Your work is done here. You can report your victory to the Green Refuge. Emery turns to his advisors. They need to prepare for the end. Redbeard was attacked and infected by the corruption. He will need your help to recover. First, you need to return to the Green Refuge. Supposedly, the commander there can tell you where you need to go. Okay, we'll level up that, and we'll level up efficiency. And we'll level up this and this. This. We'll level up this and this. At level 3, Turk can also occasionally spray razors. We already know that. Go ahead and talk to Arilda. Hopefully we can still complete the racist quest before before all this happens, because I do want to do that. A Wild Realm tribe was taking shelter in that circle. I chased them out. You tell her the story. She looks relieved. I am so glad you didn't fight them. If I had known the squatters were Wild Realm refugees, I never would have sent. Never mind. You did us a true service, so I will pay you. She brings you a pouch of coins and one of her spare staves. You are welcome here, Raylan. Come often. I think you need the peace this circle brings. Pack support staff. Okay, we can go ahead and trade that in for what we got. Okay, let's go ahead and head back to the Green Refuge real quick. Sell something. Alright, 15 was dexterity, right? I forgot. Let me pull up my document here again. You all definitely will not see the document I have on screen because I'm using game capture, of course, but I do have it on me so I remember what level's up with each level. Okay, good. Do that. Efficiency. And we will do this and this. And a little bit of inventory management. We'll give her a longbow. I think Nathalie already had one. Yeah. We'll give her the Sage's Tiara. Give him the Wishing Crest. We'll sell the other stuff. Alright, and with that in mind, let's go ahead and save the game right here, and I'll see you all soon with the next part.